Hi, everybody. Happy Mother's Day to all you women out there. Pastor Fritz asked if I would share a little bit about what it means to be a mother and how that's helped me to understand God. And I said, absolutely, because that was a huge thing in my life. So I came to know the Lord in a personal way in college, but I really don't think it was until I became a mom that I really began to even get a glimpse of the fullness of how much God loves me. And so it really started at the birth of our firstborn, Victoria, who's now 25. When she came into this world, I was just shocked because I couldn't believe that I could love a human being that much. I mean, I had a husband that I loved, but a baby. I had no idea that I could love something so much. And then I called my parents and I said to them, and you love me this much? Like, I still can hardly fathom that. And then to think that we have a God who created us, who had plans for us, who knew us even when we were in our mother's womb, that he loves us even more than that. That just blows my mind, that God loves us that much. And then there's those things like when Victoria started crawling, she was a go-getter from the start. And we wanted to teach her that it was good to explore, but there were boundaries. But she was one of those persevering kids. Even from that, what age did they crawl? 6, 7, 8 months. And we would say, no touching the stereo. And she would go right up to it. And she'd put her hand like she was going to touch it. And she'd look back at us like, what are you going to do about it? Can anyone else relate to that? Did anyone else have a child like that? That was her from 6 months old. And there was a time I remember telling Fritz, like, we've already taught her not to do it. Why does she keep doing it again and again? And then it hit me, we do the same thing. But God is not human. He doesn't look at us and get exhausted and frustrated. He looks at us with kindness and he's like, she's doing it again. Oh, I love that girl. And it was pretty amazing to me to think that we have a God like that he forgives us, that he's a God of a second chance and a third chance, and that he delights in us. One of my favorite memories of our son is when he was little. He was probably about 2, and he would sleep with his pacifier, and he'd stick his little butt up in the air. So he'd be like this little tent in his crib. It was so cute. And I love to watch him sleep. Just watch him breathe and look at how beautiful they were and how they were made, and really just delight in them. And then it hit me that God does the same thing to us. He loves to just look at us. He loves to watch us. He seriously delights in you, just being you. I mean, I think he loves it when you do the things that you were created to do, like that you sing when you're a singer, or that you help people, or that you learn new things, or that you explore, or that you appreciate nature, or that you care for people. I think that he enjoys that, but he delights in just looking at you because you are his creation and he delights in you. That same way, I love looking at my kids. And then there's that whole mom thing and that dad thing about letting the kids go. Oh my goodness. We have 3 young adults now, and they're just beautiful, high-functioning young adults. But we miss them. But my hope and my prayer was that they would be raised up and sent out to go impact the world for the Lord. And whatever career they chose, they knew that they were created for a purpose. And then I realized that God is the same way to us. He lets us go and really make our own choices. We can choose to follow him or not. Sometimes we intentionally don't, and sometimes we try and we fail. But he's always there for us. He's always there loving us. And all we have to do is go home. And that's the kind of parent I want to be, to have a safe place for my kids to go home to, where when they mess up, they're still welcome. And when they do awesome things, we celebrate. And when they're having bad days, they're still welcome. And they can be grumpy, and even though sometimes we have to reconcile or work through it, I never stop loving them because they're my children. And to think that I have a God that loves me like that is an amazing thing. So whether my kids are this age or whether my kids are this age, or whether they're this age, which is the age they are now. I'm thankful for them. I'm thankful what they've taught me about the Lord. And I just pray blessings over each of you women out there, whether you're a birth mom, adopted mom, someone who's just loved people and ministered people and been a spiritual mother to people. This is today to celebrate and receive God's love for you, because he sees you and he delights in you. God bless you.